Alright, welcome to the Verge of Silence event. Now, last time I was flying the Macarial, and today I have decided to go and have some fun with the revelation, because why not? After all,
Undocking.
capital ships are allowed to enter in this event. Now, if I had a carrier, I would probably use a carrier, but I think that the Dreadnought is a category, just a category larger than a carrier, so I have decided to fly this thing, and it should be a surprise to the players because usually you don't see a Dreadnought over here. Okay, all the modules have been set in place. The base is not available yet, so let me warp to the station. Now, when I warp with the revelation, I usually run 1 or 2 cycles with the micro drive. Basically, that can shorten the warp acceleration by a lot, and it can increase the warp speed and the alignment. However, this ship does warp sideways quite often, which is really funny. I think
Warp
I will
drive
actually
active.
warp sideways over here, but we will see. Okay, the ship is now into warp. This revelation has the sleeper skin, and I think it's, a little bit funny that I'm going to go and shoot sleepers with a revelation has a sleeper skin. Also, that has inspired me to use this thing over here. Okay, well, the revelation has landed, and well, looks like my warp point was clear. Not a lot of ships in this position. There is a lot of mining ships in the belts that are going to fill up this station. I have quad webs and 1 scrambler. That should be enough. Basically, I can web 4 ships, and that should help the team a lot. After all, the smaller sleepers can be a problem to hit with large weapons, and the scrambler can also help to slow them down because most of the sleepers do use the micro warp drive. Someone asked me when will wormholes be released. Now, I personally have no idea, although someone did find a very interesting thing in the
Warp drive active.
customer support window regarding the materials. There is a section that actually shows materials that can be obtained inside of the wormholes. So I believe that wormholes are into production, basically in development, but no clear release date yet. But I'm pretty sure that at one point wormholes will be released. After all, we have the sleepers and we only need wormholes now. Well, that's a very big ship. This revelation will definitely catch some attention over here. That's a huge ship. Dreadnoughts are indeed very big and intimidating, to be honest. Now, am I going to be hitting anything? That's the question. Wish that sleepers had a battleship or battlecruiser version. Would have no problems ahead hitting that, but I guess today I'm just going to have some fun with this event, and we'll actually relax a little bit. It's very, it's not really common that I can just relax in this game.
Enemy ships detected.
But now I can actually sit back and enjoy the scenery, and of course enjoy the beautiful explosions from the sleepers, and of course the beautiful explosion from the occasional battleship that explodes if they get focused by the sleepers. Although this little event can also be used as a benchmark, because I know that a lot of devices, especially mid-range to low-end devices, have a problem with rendering this game, and we can use this event to actually figure out what's the best settings, basically the best options for your device. In my case, I run the maximum possible options, and I don't plan to reduce them anytime soon. After all, it runs really smooth. Now I hope that the sleepers make me the primary target. I would love to be the primary target. I can tank for days. This revelation is really tanky. Although I'm thinking about potentially scaling out of dreadnoughts in the near future. There are a couple, I guess, a couple things that prevent me from doing that immediately, but I thought about doing that. However, I don't really have a new ship goal or anything similar like that. Perhaps if we end up getting a new faction, Triglavians or something similar, then I would probably quickly skill into that, but at the same time I can just save up all the necessary skill points for Triglavians. I have a lot of options, honestly. A lot of options, and a lot of time to plan. There is one carrier on Thanatos below me, and I believe there is also one Orca somewhere around. I was pretty sure that I have seen the icon of the... And I think I have seen a freighter at one point. Not really sure if that actually happened, but I think I've seen an obelisk just chilling. Not really sure if I recorded that, but there was one. And we have cleared the first base. Okay. Let's quickly use the micro drive to accelerate to warp speed, and then I can wait out for the next base to spawn. If anything, I can use this ship to encourage all players to go and have some fun in this event.
Warp drive active.
And the revelation is warping sideways. That's hilarious. Now, one thing that I noticed, when you warp towards the station and when you land, you will be bumped. And you will see what I mean. I'm about to break the record of the fastest dreadnought in the game. Just watch what happens. Okay, I have landed. There's a lot of ships over here. And I go 3.2 kilometers per second. Nice. You definitely don't want this to happen in nullsec or in lowsec, especially in nullsec when you sign out to a station or a gate. You don't want to land moving at 3 kilometers per second. That's going to get your dread killed. Easy to get tackled and easy to get destroyed. And of course, it will take a very long time for me to actually stop with this ship. So let me just align myself towards the next possible base location, and I can safely wait for the next base to spawn in. But overall, the revelation is really nice. Someone asked me what's like the best dreadnought. I have no idea, honestly. I flew the revelation, I also flew the Mimota dreadnought, and I think I also flew the Moros, although with the Moros I had the issue with skills Basically, when I wanted to mainly fly the Moros, I did not have good skills for it, and in the end, unfortunately, I did not fly the Moros in the time I had the ship in my hands. So technically, I flew 2 of them, although I actually played around with 3 of them. I did not fly the Phoenix. The Phoenix is not really good against subcapital ships. Even with the missile implant, the Phoenix
Warp
is
drive
not that
active.
good against subcapital ships. Against capitals, stations, carriers, and things like that, yeah, the Phoenix is actually pretty good. But against battleships, no, it's not going to do a lot of damage to them. Not worth the ISK investment, because Revelation, Moros, and the Mimota Dreadnought can easily do a lot better than the Phoenix against subcapital ships. You can easily speed tank the Phoenix missiles with any battleship. Although you can easily speed tank other dreadnoughts, but it's a little bit difficult if you are webbed and scrambled by the dreadnought, which they do, and they're actually really good in that aspect. Now, as for the Mimota Dreadnought, that thing is definitely the tankiest out of the 4 dreadnoughts we have. I'm personally waiting for the Blood Raider dreadnought, for the faction dreadnoughts. No idea when that will be released, but it will be released at one point. And I will probably fly one. When they are released, the Chemosh will be definitely the tankiest, because as long as you have other ships on grid, you will have capacitor. Basically, the Chemosh is a capital version of the Belgorn. And that means a lot of Nosferatus, a lot of webs, and a lot of multipliers. And that will probably be the best capital ship for a very long time. That is, until we get Titans, and then the best capital ship would be the Moloch, which is the Blood Raider Titan. Not really sure if I will fly that, because
Enemy ships detected.
you have to have a special station at which you can park a Titan. And I don't think that I will have that special station where I can park that, because if I were to have one, that would be destroyed very quickly. That's one of the reasons why we don't have any structures and things like that. If we had a citadel or a house or something like that, that would be destroyed probably within the week. So yeah, that's why we don't have that, and honestly we don't like that aspect. If there is a NPC station, that's enough for us. Dreadnoughts are basically the ideal capital ships for
Enemy
what
ships
we like to do.
detected.
Of course, Titans have their own place, but I'm not really interested in flying one at the moment. I know I said the same about Dreadnoughts, but here I am flying a Dreadnought. Titans, definitely a different story. You have to have a special station for it, and they're definitely a lot more, they're different from the Dreadnoughts or carriers. A super carrier, perhaps, maybe, depends on a lot of situations. But not really sure about the super carriers as well. Forgot if you need to have a special station to dock to them, because they're also pretty big ships. But in any case, for now we have the Dreadnoughts, and before we actually get the other capital ships, I would love to see tier 3 cruisers. I would also personally love to see the tier 2 cruisers, the T2 cruisers, Vagabonds and things like that. I would fly that without thinking about it. That's one of the ships that I would fly actively, like every day.
Warp drive active.
Alright, let's warp to the station. Now I've been told that the Stabber 2 is like the Vagabond, although I don't really get the same feeling if I fly the Stabber 2. They're definitely different. Definitely very different, but at the same time they're also quite similar. And I'm working on the Stabber 2 video. Although honestly, most of our targets are not suitable for that ship. Most of the targets are suitable for the Macarial and for the Cinnabal. However, I do plan to fly the Stabber 2, and I will. I'm working on it. It just takes, some time to get enough footage for the ship. After all, the Stabber 2 will be a PvP ship. I have to admit, this event does give some really good looking screenshots, and I can produce some really good looking images as well. It's not that often to see me inside of a big fleet lately, because mostly I don't do the CTA stuff anymore that much, although honestly I kind of miss that. Looking at the current things that are going on in the game, I actually kind of miss the good old catch days. I actually
Warp drive active.
Part of a big fleet back in the day. It was actually fun. I did record a lot of it, and I uploaded a lot of it. It was definitely a different time at that period. Brings back so many memories when I go and think that I still have a ship from that period of the game alive that I actually still use. And I'm talking about the Macarial. The Macarial was produced at the time where we were considering to join Catch. We had our little alliance in Syndicate, based not in 6C but close by, couple jumps from that system. And we used to actually live there for a couple months. And a month or two before we actually joined Catch, the Macarial was built. At the time, a faction battleship was considered
ships detected
to be highly expensive. They were going at 18 billion at the time. The new thing, right around the Tier 8 release. And that Macarial is one of the first ones to be made. Probably one of the oldest ones in the game. Probably one of the oldest ships, oldest Macarials that is still in service, that hasn't been destroyed yet. So definitely wakes up some really nice memories. I do miss the catch days a little bit. I do miss the good old KTF days that I had. It was a very interesting experience of the game.
enemy ships detected.
And to think that I started this game in Syndicate and I'm still there, that's actually impressive. Because I never thought that I would actually have a certain system for so long, or a certain region. I initially thought that I would be changing my home system every other day, but that did not happen. Basically, I stumbled upon a very friendly team, a very friendly corp, and even to this day, we still play. Mostly the original members as well. Most of Mag are actually
enemy
original members
detected.
from back in the day when we started to play this game. And I know I said this many times, but that's definitely one of the best crews that I've seen in this game. Really enjoyed my career in mod as a pirate. Really fun. Definitely really fun. And since then we did come a long way. Basically from poor pirates, we are now one of the richest corps in the game. It doesn't look like that, but trust me, we have a lot of bling ships. And yeah, I think most of you already know that. Alright, well that was a very nice run with the revelation. Let me now go back to the station. Overall, this event is really relaxing, really enjoyable, and honestly a good change from the constant fighting that we do. There is basically no stress over here. I can just lay back, grab some popcorn, you know, grab a cold one or something like that, and just relax in the sofa or at the PC, depends on where you play the game, and just, you know,
Warp drive
enjoy the game
active.
for what it is. After all, that's the sole purpose of games, to have fun, to relax, and to enjoy a different universe. The revelation will definitely serve its purpose. Not really sure how long will the ship be alive. Not really sure how the revelation will end. After all, most ships in the game explode at one point, but we will see how the revelation will hold up. So far, the Macariel is currently my oldest ship in service, and we will see how long the revelation will survive, what will happen to the ship in the future. Alright, with that being said, hope that you enjoyed. Stay safe, fly safe, and I'll see you next time.